Hello you guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little Q&A. I put a little Q&A box on my Instagram the other day, had a couple questions, so wanted to answer some of those with you guys. I'm really trying to, open up more with you guys, continue to build a community, because if I'm being so honest, social media hasn't been the same for me over the last 2 years, and it's really hard mentally on me to kind of accept that, because I did fall off for a little bit with social media, and with that comes losing a little bit of your community, losing a couple of your followers and your people, and it's really hard, and it's honestly super sad. But I really want to build this up again. I want to build a community and help you guys and get closer with you guys, so I'm really working hard to continue to open up and be more consistent. So we're doing a little Q&A today. If you don't know me, my name's Gina, obviously. Little couple things before we jump into the questions. I'm 24. I just turned 24 last week, if you guys saw my birthday vlog. So I am 24 years old. I live outside of Chicago, Illinois. I can't say I live in Chicago because I don't. I live like 30 minutes outside of it, so I'm in the suburbs. But when people ask you where you live, you don't say like your city. You just say like the big city that you're next to. So I've lived in Illinois my whole life, and I actually live with my boyfriend now. We moved in together in January of this year. So it's been, how many, is that 10 months? I don't even know what month we're in. Anyways, but it's almost been a year, which is crazy. We've been dating for almost 6 years too. So he's my guy. I love him so much, and it's been so fun living together. I'm an online fitness coach. I have been online fitness coaching for like 4 years now. I first started working at Crunch Fitness in 2019, and I worked there for like over a year. I really wanted to get into personal training, so I got my certification through the gym, and then once I started training in person, COVID happened and the gyms closed, so I wasn't able to really tap into that career too much. But I was posting on social media during that time, and if you guys remember like the OG at-home workouts during COVID, that was my stuff. That was my shit, guys, okay? I always make a joke saying like I peaked in that era because people were eating those at-home workouts up. They loved it. So that's kind of where I built my following over on TikTok, posting all my at-home workouts. People really loved it, and it was actually really fun. But from there, I had a following and people like wanting my workouts and wanting my help. So I took on a couple of my first clients in November of 2020, actually quarantined in my boyfriend's parents' house in the basement. It was just like a crazy cool moment. And every time I'm in their basement, like in their little office, I'm like, that's where it all started. Like literally right there, which is really fun and super cool, like, to look back. But I've been online fitness coaching since then. I did take a little bit of a break after graduating college. I ended up getting a 9-to-5 in July of 2023. I got a sales job for a staffing agency. Only worked there for about 3 months. I quit in October of 2023 because it just was not for me. And then I decided to go back to online fitness coaching where my heart belongs. Sophia, she's one of my good friends. I've been friends with Sophia for 3 years. I don't even know, for like 3 years now. And I was texting her, I was like, dude, I'm so miserable, I need to quit this job. And she's like, let's like join forces. So I ended up joining her coaching community as an assistant coach. So now I work with her and her team as an assistant coach, and it's been really great to tap more into the trainer side of things. I still love the business side of it. I'm still super entrepreneurial. I love business, but I also really love just being a coach. That's just me to my core, helping my girls, getting their programming together, helping them with their nutrition and all of those different aspects. Like, it truly just fires me up. So I'm so happy that I'm able to like tap more into that and really do that now and help my girls feel better mentally and physically. That's just like what makes me so happy. I'm really happy I found my way back to that, and I've been doing this full-time now for an entire year, and it's been great, and it's only going up from here. That's a little tidbit about me. If you guys didn't know who I was, a little recap honestly too of just how the past couple years have been, because as you guys know, I haven't filmed for YouTube in like 2 years, 3 years, so a lot's been happening. But I'm really happy with where I'm at in life, the people I have in my life, and I just want to continue to pour into them and all these things that I'm working on. So that's that. But let's get into some questions. A lot of these questions have to do with obviously fitness related, and obviously like the 9-to-5, kind of balancing that, how to balance fitness and life and everything like that. So let's jump into a couple questions. I'm not going to do all of them. I don't want this to be too long, because I know all of our attention spans are like 0. So let's start off with this one because we actually just launched a new course today. So the question is how to get into personal training. So Sophia and I have gotten so many questions about like, how do you guys get into personal training? How do you become an online fitness coach? Like, I want to get into this. And we're like, okay, let's just put together a course where we just explain everything that we have done and what has allowed us to be successful online fitness coaches, because, you know, to make money, you need to spend money. So we're like, I have invested in mentors. Sophia's invested in mentors. Like, you need to invest to learn these things and make more money. So we did that. We actually launched it today. I'll put the link down below, but basically it's a 12-part course teaching you guys and telling you guys how to start your business, how to operate it, how to maintain it. And we both have had successful online fitness coaching businesses, and we want to share that with you guys and help you because we truly love the life we have and the job that doesn't feel like a job, and we want you guys to have that too. So the biggest thing I say is, you know, in the course it goes through all of this, but I'm going to do like in a little concise form to answer this question. But get into in-person training first. I think doing in-person training first is so key to understand the anatomy, knowing how the body moves with the movement, being able to kind of move your client's body around with the movement, knowing how to actually explain that. And then also communication aspect. You learn so much when it comes to communicating with someone in person, having that in-person connection. I think it sets you up for success to start with in-person and then moving into the online space. So that's always my biggest tip, is start in person first. And then when it comes to like online fitness coaching as a whole, starting your business, that's a whole nother ball game. But obviously start by getting your personal training certification. I feel like that's a given. People think they don't need their certifications. They think they're a waste of money, waste of time. And you know, maybe some of the things in those certifications are outdated, but it's important to have. Any person who's a professional needs credentials, so get your certification in personal training. NASM's great, ACE is great, ISSA, I don't even know what else. There's so many out there, but do your research, see what's in your budget, and get your certification. It's important to have certifications to your name. It gives you more credibility. It's good to have. So I highly recommend. Those are like my biggest tips when it comes to getting into personal training. Next question is favorite workout clothes. So I haven't bought like crazy workout big brands for workout clothes in so long. I get all of my workout clothes from Amazon now, all from CRZ Yoga. It's the best brand. It's the most comfortable. It fits me. Cute colors. Did I say affordable? Yeah, but they're the best. They're like Lululemon dupes. I love them. That's really the only workout clothes I buy. I do like Vitality. I have tried Honor Active. They're pretty good too, and I don't think they're too expensive, but Vitality is way too expensive, so I don't really buy from them. So yeah, I just like affordable. Even Target has a really good selection of workout clothes, so that's kind of where I shop. Most of the things I buy nowadays is from Amazon and Target, truthfully. So that's my answer there. Mostly Amazon, because I am balling on a budget over here, okay? We're adulting. Okay, how are you able to lose weight without tracking macros? So if you guys are following me on Instagram, I've been sharing my weight loss journey. I've lost 10 pounds now, and I said that I was able to lose 10 pounds without tracking calories or macros. And I want to preface this by saying it's because I spent years tracking my calories and macros and taking the time to learn the concepts of nutrition, learning portion control, tracking my food to the gram to make sure I know what is a gram of something or 4 ounces of something, because now I can look at a plate and be like, okay, that looks like 4 ounces of ground beef, or that's, you know, a tablespoon. So that's why it's important to take the time to track. You should not track for the rest of your life. No one should track forever, but I think there's a time and a place for it, and I have put that time in to learn. So now I'm able to be intuitive, but again, you need to have some prior knowledge before you can be fully intuitive, I believe. So yeah, now I'm able to just really look at my food. I think that's more so where I've changed my mentality, is making sure I look at the quality of my food now instead of just like filling my diet with like protein powders and all these additives and stuff. Like, I really care a lot more about the quality of the ingredients and the food that I'm eating. So a lot of my meals now are just whole food based. So salmon, ground beef, chicken, shrimp, ground turkey, you know, steak, and then like sweet potatoes, rice, whole grain breads, a lot of fruit as my carb, bananas, apples, blueberries, strawberries, and then olive oil, avocado. So that's what a lot of my meals have been looking like. Super simple, and it's been really easy for grocery shopping purposes and for meal prepping, because that is like the simplest thing ever now. I don't have to have these like overly complex meals. Everything is so simple, which is making it so much easier on me. So I've been focusing on that with my nutrition, which has been really great. And then also I just try to get 3 meals in a day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then like 1 to 2 snacks. And that's really all I've been doing when it comes to nutrition to help me feel better. Obviously, eating out less has been another huge game changer. And now when I do eat out, because I do eat out every so often, a couple times a week, if I do eat out, I just choose the better option. I'll opt for, you know, maybe just a salad or maybe some like grilled chicken, kind of just finding more of those healthier options, because that's just what's going to make me best, and obviously it's going to help me reach my goals. So I'm kind of like sacrificing that, but I still will have like every so often, like I will treat myself to the real thing of like the unhealthier thing that I want, because that's still also important to incorporate. So that's how I've been able to approach nutrition and still be able to lose weight without tracking calories and macros. Okay. How to handle your fitness with working a 9 to 5. So when I was working my 9 to 5, I think I went like 5 weeks without working out. It was so hard to figure out a routine with working 9 to 5. So first off, give yourself some grace, because it is not fucking easy to get to the gym and then work 8 hours after, and like mentally and physically it's exhausting. But I was training in the city for like 5 weeks, so I was already up at 6 a.m. at the train station, so there was no time for me to get to the gym. I'd have to go only on the weekends or after work, and I was already too tired after work. It was like a whole thing, so it was so hard to do it. But you just have to look at your schedule as a whole. Like obviously I knew I could not get to the gym with commuting to the city, so I obviously then after training was able to start commuting to my new office, which was close to my house. It was only like a 10-minute commute, which was really nice, but I still had to wake up at like 4:30 on the days that I was working out during the work week. So in that case, what I did was I just looked at my routine, and I looked at my schedule. I was like, okay, I don't want to wake up at 4:30 every single day. So I was like, okay, 3 days in the gym, that's all I need. So I'd work out like, usually Fridays I worked from home. So Fridays I always would go to the gym because it was easy enough. I didn't have to get ready for the day, so I could go to the gym a little bit later and then be able to make it for the work day. And then Monday through Wednesday I would choose, or Monday through Thursday I would choose a day that I would sacrifice waking up a little bit earlier. So that's my second day. And then I would do the third day either Saturday or Sunday. And that worked for me for the most part. So that's what I always recommend, is just figure out what works for your schedule. If you work hybrid, like 3 days in the office, 2 days at home, like those 2 days that you work from home, make those are the days that you go to the gym. And then maybe one day you sacrifice waking up a little bit earlier, maybe you sacrifice a day on the weekend. Like you just have to look at it like that. You have to make those sacrifices, and it sucks, but it's kind of part of it. It's all trial and error too. Like it takes a couple weeks for it to actually get in your system and work and your body respond and like get it into a habit. So give yourself some time to actually adjust to it. And then when it comes to the nutrition side of things, I honestly didn't find that the nutrition was too hard. I mean, I did eat out like every night for dinner because I was living at home with my parents still, and it was kind of hard to always make dinner. You know, if you know, like living with the parents, not having your own fridge, it's kind of hard. I mean, most nights my boyfriend and I would just make like ground beef, rice, and peppers because it was so easy. But the biggest thing with nutrition is meal prep, guys. Like take an hour on Sunday. I did this every Sunday. I took an hour to meal prep, and it was typically always just like ground beef, rice, and peppers. Like that's it. It was so freaking simple because I was like, I cannot be bothered, and I just need something to eat to get me through the day. And then I would always have for breakfast, I would do like those Jimmy Dean frozen breakfast sandwiches. I think they were like the egg white turkey sausage English muffin ones. I would warm that up, and then I would take it with me on the road, eat it on the road to work. And then I also would do a Core Power protein shake in my iced coffee. So I did like half iced coffee and then the full thing of the protein shake, and that was my breakfast on the go. So just find quick and easy things to eat on the go while you're driving if you have like a longer commute. So those Jimmy Dean breakfast sandwiches were great. I also used to meal prep like little egg bites. You just get like those muffin tin whatever baking sheets, and then fill them up with egg whites, peppers, spinach, whatever, and then just roll them up in tin foil, whatever that looks like. So I did that a couple times too. So meal prepping is honestly huge, guys. You gotta do it if you don't want to, if you want to avoid eating out every day. Truly, that's my biggest advice. So that's that. And then when it came to steps, like my biggest tip with this is if you're able to, I had an hour lunch, which was, it was so nice to have an hour lunch. And crazy corporate culture, none of them would take their fucking lunch, but I did. I don't care. So what I would do is I would eat for 15 minutes, and then the 45 minutes after like the rest of my lunch, I would just go for a walk. I'd either walk around the building, I would walk around the parking garage. If it was in the summertime, I was walking outside around the building. So just go for a walk during your lunch break if you're able to. If you have a lunch, like maybe if you only have a 30-minute lunch, eat your lunch at your desk while you're working. Some people do that too. And then during your actual lunch break, go for the walk. I think that's a good tip too. And then obviously you can break it up. If you go to the gym in the morning and try to do like 20-minute walk, do like a 30-minute workout, 20-minute walk, and then after work do another like 20-minute walk, whatever that looks like. That's kind of what I was trying to aim for. So that's kind of how I was able to balance and maintain like a fitness routine with my 9-to-5. So it's hard, but it takes time and practice to figure out what's going to work for you, your body, and your routine. Give it some time, give yourself some grace. It's not easy. But there is a way. It's just a matter of sacrifices and taking the time to learn and see what's gonna fit and what's actually gonna work, make you feel good, and things like that. So it just takes some time, so just don't beat yourself up too much. And then, let's see, what's your current workout routine? My current workout routine is actually only like 3 days a week in the gym, which is kind of crazy. But my new workout program that I just put together is just a 3-day split. It's upper body, lower body, and full body. So I really make sure to push myself in those 3 lifts in the gym. So I'm either increasing the weight, increasing the like tempo, the reps, most times like increasing the rep ranges, and keeping the weight like the same, but still pushing myself in some degree. So those 3 days I'm in the gym, they're typically only like 30 to 45-minute workouts. So I'll do either 3 to 4 times a week of the Stairmaster. So 30-minute of the lift and then 20 minutes of the Stairmaster, in and out. It's perfect. Sometimes I'll do a 4th day. That 4th day is usually just like a body weight or dumbbell only like circuit, very low impact. And then I try to hit 10,000 steps a day. Some weeks I'm really good. Some weeks I'm not. Like this week I'm not that great. I need to get it together. It just, it happens that way. That's why it's important to understand it's not always going to be perfect. Some weeks you're going to have good weeks, some weeks you're going to have bad weeks, and that's just a part of life. And if you have that all or nothing mindset, that's when you're going to constantly be, you're never going to be satisfied. You're always going to be disappointing yourself. But if you just tell yourself like, hey, this is life, it's going to happen, you're going to be a lot easier on yourself and be able to stick to your goals and stay a little bit more consistent. So just get out of that all or nothing mindset and it'll make your life a lot easier, trust me. That kind of trickles into this next question. It said how to avoid a relapse if you're someone that has like a past with disordered eating or like an unhealthy relationship with the gym. Get out of that all or nothing mindset. That is what's stopping you. That's what's in your way. And I know it's hard, but mindset is everything when it comes to your fitness journey and seeing the goals that you want to see or seeing the results you want to see. So my biggest thing is try to transition into more of like the something is better than nothing mentality. As hard as it may be, you have to continue to keep practicing and saying these things out loud to start to believe it and for it to start like actually meaning something to you. So if you didn't get a workout in, but you got your steps in that moment, be like, okay, like I might have not got my lift in today, but I got my steps in, and that's a win. That's still movement. That's still good. Even if you don't believe that, say it. Keep saying it over and over. Or if you had a burger and french fries and you're like, oh my God, I'm so full. I just gained so much weight. I just threw everything out the window. I'm done. Or you could be like, hey, I had 2 balanced meals today already. I hit my protein. Like this burger had protein in it. Like I'm okay. Like I might be a little bloated tomorrow morning, but we're gonna get back into our normal meals and we're gonna be a-okay. That's how you need to start approaching your mindset. And once you get that down, that's when you're able to have more of that balance. And that's when you're gonna feel a lot less, discouraged and stop beating yourself up all the time. And that will allow you to get out of those unhealthy habits. Like you need to unlearn those unhealthy habits. That goes into my next thing. Is like, don't go back to what was unhealthy. If you were working out 5 times a week and doing like 6 days of Stairmaster for 30 minutes, like that's too much for you. Clearly it wasn't healthy for you mentally or physically. You weren't feeling well and you obviously weren't able to stick to it because you're not doing it anymore. So don't go back to that. Work your way up. Start small. Maybe do like 3 days of lifting and maybe 2 days of the stairs if that's what you enjoy. If all of that is still not enjoyable for you, find a different form of movement. There's so many other ways to move your body that are just as good. You just have to play around, again, trial and error, figure out what that is for you and what you're able to stick to. And I'm telling you, you're gonna feel a lot better. You're gonna see the results and you're just gonna be able to continue to maintain it, because what we want here is sustainable progress that you can maintain, because we're creating healthy lifestyles. Lifestyles are forever. Okay, it's always going to be a constant work in progress. I still am working on it. I will work on it for the rest of my life because that's what it is. But you just have to continue to remind yourself of these things. Like, patience is everything too. It's like mindset and patience. Like you need to get those down, and those are the hardest thing to get down. But they're the biggest things to work on. So that's that, I think, if I answered that correctly. Same thing with nutrition though, with like not relapsing. It's like, don't fall into another yo-yo diet. If you were doing the carnivore diet and you lost weight from it, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go back to that because that actually helped me lose weight. No, obviously it was just a little diet and you couldn't stick to it. That's why we're here. So don't go back to it. Find something that's a little bit more maintainable for you, where you can go out to eat, where you're allowed to have carbs, where you're allowed to feel a little bit more balanced. Like that's what you need to tap into and find. So don't go back to something that was unhealthy for you. Just because it worked for your body a couple years ago doesn't guarantee that's going to work for your body again now. So you just have to kind of look at that and be like, okay, let's see if something else might work and will be a little bit healthier for me mentally and physically. So that's my advice there. How to not let the scale affect you. Okay. Biggest thing, and something I tell my clients all the time, is that the scale, the number on the scale is just a form of measurement. It's just another form of measurement. It's not the end all be all. That's why it's so important to have multiple ways to track your progress, because that's what we do. We have like our weekly check-in forms where you check in on like your biofeedback. If you're going to the bathroom every day and you weren't going to the bathroom every day before, that's a win. That's progress. If you're eating something and you're not bloating right after, that's a win, that's progress. If you are waking up and you have more energy and you're sleeping more hours, that's a win, that's progress, that's something to celebrate. Also with progress photos, it's another great way to track your progress. And honestly, my favorite way to track progress is how you look. Because when you step on the scale, yes, it's a form of progress, and yes, you can keep track of that and be proud if the weight's going down or be proud if the weight's going up. But if the weight's not budging and you see it's actually going up, but your body actually looks better and you feel better, then don't let it take you down. It's just a little form. It's not everything. And honestly, guys, the scale doesn't know the difference between a pound of fat and a pound of muscle. So if you are in the process of toning up, building muscle, losing body fat, like the scale won't know. So that's why in those cases, like, look at your body, see how your digestion is, see how your energy levels are. If you're feeling good, that's the most important. Honestly, the most important is making sure you actually feel good, feel healthier, feel stronger. And those little minute things like that, like if you gained a couple pounds over the weekend, I'm telling you, get back into your routine, drink some water. It'll subside in a couple days, because a lot of times it's just water retention from more sodium, or especially as females, our bodies fluctuate in weight all throughout the month. It's just how it is, unfortunately, as women. So please don't let it be everything for you. I know that it's hard to not have it be everything for you, but there's so many ways to track your progress. That's why it's so important to have multiple ways, so you don't fall into that unhealthy pattern of like being so consumed by the scale. Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna answer. I think I answered a good amount. I mean, I don't know how long it's been, like 25 minutes. I don't want this to be too long. Again, our attention spans are, but I wanted to answer a couple questions. I can obviously do another one of these down the road, but I just wanted to sit down with you guys today and answer a couple questions and share a little bit about some fitness things and balance and all of that fun stuff, which is things to talk about on the daily already. So it was fun to sit down and talk about it more. But if you guys have any more questions about fitness, life, business, 9-to-5s, anything at all, like, please comment down below. Let me know what else you guys want to see from me on this page. I love YouTube. I've loved it since 6th grade. I've been recording myself since 6th grade, guys. I swear to you, I had my own YouTube channel in 6th grade in my little magenta room, or I think it was turquoise at the time, but I was filming myself with my little Bath and Body Works hauls, doing my shimmery eye makeup. Like, I fucking love YouTube. It's one of my favorite. Yeah, just let me know what else you guys want to see from me, and we'll go from there. But I think that's it for right now. Thank you guys for watching, and I will put the link for our coaching course down below. Also my Instagram and TikTok if you guys want to follow along on there. But thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys next time.